Yo, Steel Mills, what's the deal, man? It's Tuesday, man. The week's progressing. I mean, shit. I feel like Tuesday got here rather quick. So, you know, nigga heading to work to do what it is that I do to earn a living, man. So, I mean, it's cold as a motherfucker out here, bro. Like 20 degrees. It was 10 degrees when my wife took my kids to school. It's real out here in the Midwest, man. We, pray for Omaha, you feel me? But peep game, man, let's get into this shit, man. We gotta talk about this Devin Haney situation, man. I've been on KO Boxing's channel, pretty often, man, and just in the past week or so, and I ain't chimed in, but I tuned into the Bill Haney interview he did, and how he was just walking Bill into all type of traps, man. And I'm gonna just say this: between that and just how Devin moved, post Ryan Garcia fight, man, it's time for you to do something other than what it is that you've been doing, man, because you looking bad right now, man. It's almost like I don't even know how you can begin to regain that stock that you lost. You dig? This whole suing thing, right? Like I just had, I was on the panel, my man Goon and all the cats on there. Shout out to the Goon Boxing. I was on his panel last week and we was talking about this whole Devin Haney situation, and they was really trying to convince me to come off my stance as it pertains to him suing Ryan Garcia for assault and battery. And they think it's they gotta, when you go and you do the, when you go into this lawsuit, when you make a lawsuit or whatever, man, you gotta set grounds for whatever it is you said, you suing a nigga for. I'm like, that's all fine and dandy. Take assault and battery off of the lawsuit, and maybe I can, maybe I can salute it and be a little bit more understanding of it. Because as a professional fighter, how dare you sue another fighter for assault and battery, man? And with their felon, even with those who are in support of what Devin Haney is doing, I don't think people understand the amount of traction and fans that he's lost behind his action. It's sucker shit. It's sucker shit. You dig? Ever since Ryan did that shit to you, now nobody has ever disputed that the dude cheated. Nobody has ever disputed that. When it came out, it came out. Nobody can deny them facts. But the fact of the matter is how you move afterwards. And you're not the first one to be cheated. You're not the first one to be cheated. You're not the first one to sue neither. But usually the ones who sue and run the court are the same niggas that motherfuckers would be like, nah, that's some tattletelling shit, man. Like, no, bro, no. Just that. I mean, what ethics did you grow up on? You dig? I'm not no gangster. I ain't no street nigga, nothing like that, man. But them is the people that I came up with. So it's just certain customs that I carried on, through them. And snitching just ain't something that that sits well with me. It's not. It's corny. It's the corniest shit in the world. It's the corniest shit in the world. If you that mad, and now the thing is this: y'all are fighters. There's no way you're gonna convince me that Ryan Garcia is not gonna get back in the ring with y'all. I don't give a fuck what Oscar De La Hoya and him is talking about, man. That fight, the controversy surrounding that fight, that's the only big payday that Ryan Garcia is gonna see. Or not the only one, but that's the biggest payday Ryan Garcia is gonna see. It's too much controversy surrounding him. So you're not about to convince me that he's not gonna take that fight. He's gonna take that fight. He's gonna take that fight. You dig? And let's say he doesn't take the fight. All right, so be it. The same thing that you did to the Mexican kid at the state fair, do to Ryan. Go get your squadron together, and y'all just have a good old fashioned brawl out in the turnstiles or in the stands. And what they were trying to say to me, that ain't how you handle this shit. You're a fighter, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that business shit, man. When you become a fighter, it's just a certain level of you innately have that, that gladiator warrior mentality in you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain shit just nah, bro. Nah, we not going for that. I'll take an L before I run tell that in court. It's just not the move to do, man. And just in our culture in general, man, just snitches get stitches. That's the thing, man. We just not into that shit. And if you do run and go tell on some police shit, you will be ostracized. Like, nigga, you snitch, bro. You a sucker. You a sucker. Now, the homies was telling me also he's just supposed to crash out. Fighting is not crashing out, bro. It's not. If you can swing on it, especially with you swinging on the Mexican kid at the state fair. You can do the same thing to Ryan Garcia. Why is it crashing out when it comes to Ryan Garcia, but it ain't crashing out when the Mexican kid allegedly called you a nigga? It makes no sense. And now you throw your belt away and all that shit, man. And just everybody is trying to convince me that you're protecting the brand. What brand exactly are you protecting? DHP? Nobody knows that shit, bro. And it's not like you have a stable of fighters. You dig that you have to look out for, man. You're not subsidizing no fights. You ain't putting on no shows. You're not doing none of that. At least Earl got Frank Martin. So what DHP? What are you protecting from DHP exactly? How is that your brand? Your brand is taking a hit now by how you moving. Your brand is taking a hit. And if you win that lawsuit, then all right, cool. You got your show back, but you still look like a sucker. Yeah, you win, you got that back, but now you look like a sucker because you wouldn't sue the nigga. That shit is just not the move, man. And it's like you're doing this shit shamelessly after your pops went on record talking about, yo, you 50 and 0 in the ring, I'm 50 and 0 in the streets. Don't bring up the streets and then get on some police shit. Don't do. It's a contradiction. I don't give a fuck if you don't speak for Devin Haney. I don't give a fuck. Your dad, he follows his dad's lead. He does. So don't talk that bullshit. We in the streets of yada yada yada, and you walking around gripping burners and all that shit. That's unbecoming of a snitch, bro. Like, you don't get to do that shit. Gripping burners is as unbecoming of a snitch as snitching is unbecoming of a fighter for assault and battery. You dig? That's a smudge you can't get off your rep. I don't give a fuck how much money you win in litigation, bro. No. You look corny. You look lame as fuck. Then to add fuel to the fire, man, this whole thing with Teofimo coming out saying that they offered you a fight and you turned it down, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You look bad right now, bro. You look bad. And then you're going to use, oh, man, you need black boys to do this and that and the third, which, granted, that's some shit that I can understand. That's some shit that I can understand to a certain degree. But, you don't want to, for the shit that he said, you don't want to compensate that nigga. You don't want to be the reason why he gets his biggest payday. That's understandable. But as it pertains to you, due to the fact that you're in close proximity to Ryan Garcia after he said the bigoted bullshit that he said, I feel like you kind of got an obligation to go do the same thing with Teofimo. After he said all that wild shit he said. You got an obligation to go do that. He called you a nigga in Fresno at the Jose Ramirez fight. I ain't forgot about that shit. That's when I said fuck Teofimo indefinitely. He called you a nigga. You dig? You got to go answer that call, Brody. And you turn it down just to go to Black Prime. And even y'all turned down the fight with Teofimo talking about y'all. You didn't want to be responsible for $100K. Like, you wouldn't. I don't even know how to negotiate something like you were responsible for garnering. If you wanted to see upside, you had to guarantee $100K pay-per-view buys. $100K pay-per-view buys. You did that with fucking with Lomachenko. You could do that with Teofimo Lopez. You could do that. And it's $100K. Is it gonna be a box office flop by pay-per-view standards? Yes, it is. It definitely is, man. But you didn't give a fuck about that because you did them same numbers with you did. I think you did less than that with Regis. You just look like a sucker right now for turning down that shit, bro. You can't generate 100 buys, 100K. But it's supposed to be the Devin Haney era. This the Devin Haney era. Like just everything how you moved last year, man. You blasting Eddie Hearn, man. Yo, you ain't paid for my fight. You ain't sponsored my fight. You trying to sue a motherfucker for wages lost or whatever the case may be, because you wasn't gonna get $4 million to fight Sandor Martin, as if that was a $4 million fight anyway. That what you wasn't getting 4 M's for that. That nobody is gonna be interested in that fight outside of degenerate boxing fans. You're not getting a casual fan base for that fight because both of y'all styles, as is, are boring styles. Just how everything you doing, man, it just looks funny style, man. You going to the UK, you mad? Hey, oh man, Eddie Hearn, give you a sucker, you this and that, the third, you ain't get my ticket on the. It's just corny how you look right now. You doing all this goofy shit just to go to Black Prime, and the same Devin Haney fans who are pro him going to Black Prime was the same Bud detractors who was banging on Bud for going to Black Prime. They're complaining that he ain't getting no money over there. None of the commentators didn't get paid, the announcers didn't get paid, the fighters didn't get paid, all that goofy shit. Now that Devin Haney is doing it, because a lot of these Haney fans are not fans or whatever, but just supporters of the situation that were Spence fans, and they took every bit of ammunition they can get on Bud to to shoot at shoot it back at him. And then who are you just on the rumor mill, who are your potential options on Black Prime? Blair the Flair Cobbs and Adrian Broner. And you're gonna have the nerve to try to put that shit behind the paywall. My nigga, I do not think so. I do not think so. I'm not paying $15 for that fight. You are not a pay-per-view fighter. You are not a pay-per-view fighter, bro. Just how you are moving is lame, and it's nobody that's telling you that. You need a fan to tell you that. Now, you've lost traction with me. Like I said, I can't fuck with you right now, my nigga. I can't. I don't like the shit that you're doing, your decision making for I just don't like it. There was no reason for you to sit out the rest of 2024. There was no reason for that. You got your O back. Fight was ruled a no contest, and look how you acting, man. Just, I'm throwing my belt away. I'll come back at the weight that I want to come back at, and all type of wild shit, bro. You talking about jumping? If you jump up to 147 pounds, why? It's hot as fish grease down at 140 pounds, man. All the drama down there, Jack Catterall. Come on, man. What are you doing? Jermaine Ortiz. Teofimo is still down there with a belt. Puello. Subriel. Fucking Liam Pyro is still there. Hitchinson is still there. It's jumping down there. It's jumping. And you gonna exit the Gary Antoine Russell was there. You gonna leave? Frank Martin is there now, and you gonna leave? It's jumping, and you gonna leave? This is unbecoming behavior of a champ. This is spoiled brat shit. This is Karen behavior. This is preppy Carlton Banks bullshit that you own, my nigga. You gonna have to eventually take a stance and say, nah, I ain't doing it. Yeah, all right, man, let's run that back. I hope this year is a much better year for you. I was never going. And even then, I'm not gonna speak on it, man. But the whole situation with Young Thug, everything pertaining to you that could have smeared your name in the media, it came out, bro. It's even something as petty as that. It's just an accumulation of bullshit that it's energy. It's energy. Young Thug fucking your baby mama and all this. That shit, even though it has nothing to do with boxing, the fact that it came out when it came out, bro, you look bad. It's just adding fuel to the fire. More reasons for people not to fuck with you. On top of you suing a nigga for assault and battery. On top of your pops talking about you 50-0 in the ring, I'm 50-0 in the streets. All that shit. All of that. It just isn't a good look. I don't know, bro. I don't know how you go back from. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know. This is gonna be a hard thing to come back from, man. And I don't give a fuck what fans you. It's just if it's just as many fans who are supportive, who are against how you're moving than there are that support you, that's an omen right there. That's bad. I shouldn't go down the comment section on a Facebook page, on an IG live, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and jump in them comments and see a multitude of people banging on you. As just as many people banging on you as many people as I see praising you. Because honestly, what you're doing is nothing to praise. It isn't, bro. If you're gonna sue a nigga, sue him for something else. You're gonna sue a nigga, sue him for something else. And if you can't sue him for nothing else, it has to be assault and battery, then that's just a lawsuit that you just gonna have to take an L on that and get it back in blood, whether it's in the ring or in the turnstiles. Because that shit is that's corny, bro. There's no way you can get around that. There's no way you can get around. Oh shit, yo, man, like I gotta take him to court. You don't. You don't have to take him to court. You don't. You look bad, bro. That's the bottom line. You look bad right now. You look bad, really bad. So nah, man. I don't know where you go from here, and I don't even know how Black Prime became a factor again. And if you are about to fight Blair to Flair Cobbs or Adrian, if you fight Adrian Broner, nah. If you jump in that ring and you fight Adrian Broner, bro. If you fight Adrian Broner, if you jump in that ring and you fight Adrian Broner, my nigga, how the fuck are you gonna be? No. You chose an Adrian Broner who got his teeth knocked out in his last fight. You chose to fight him over Teofimo Lopez, a two-time lineal champion, current sitting world champion. You chose Adrian Broner over him, or Blair Cobbs over him. If we being real, this could be a unification match. But you wanted to fork over your belt because you were throwing a temper tantrum, bro. Just everything that you doing, it just looks bad. When you put that shit under the microscope, it looks horrible. You throwing a temper tantrum, you threw your belt away, and now you have a potential unification bout that you walked away from. Because what everybody saw you do to Ryan Garcia. Or what everybody saw what Ryan Garcia did to you. And now it's the shoulda, woulda, coulda shit. You suing, I lost of wages. I'm losing out on money because of you. You wouldn't have to worry about money if you was putting your own money up. Ain't that what a promotional company is? DHP? Ain't that what that is? You are moving funny. You look, bro, you look like a sucker right now, man. You look like a sucker right now. And for everybody in your corner, they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. Because they're fans of yours, man. I don't care. Man, listen. When Bud was allegedly trying to take Bob Arum to court, bro, I'm like, no, you have no basis for the claim. You have no basis for that claim. This isn't a good look. This is an unwinnable case, my dude. And it just does, like, bro. And even with Bud, that wasn't due to him getting beat up in the ring. You got beat up and now you mad because you got beat up. And now, oh man, I'm losing money because, man, come on, man. Turn down Teofimo Lopez to fight Blair Cobbs or Adrian Broner. And you think that, whoa. I'm not paying one red cent. If you fight on Black Prime and there's a pay-per-view, I'm not paying one red cent for that. I'm telling you right now. I don't know. You dudes keep trying to make pay-per-view out to be this status as you successful if you get on pay-per-view. You're not a pay-per-view fighter just because you get put on pay-per-view. Having a successful pay-per-view is what makes you a pay-per-view fighter. Consistent success. You haven't done that, bro. Nobody tuned in to watch you fight Regis and You only did like 100K with Loma. You playing yourself like a fucking piano. So man, when I'm good on Devin Haney right now, man. There's I can't be a fan of this dude, bro. I can't. I refuse to be a fan of this dude. I won't be a fan of this dude. That is just not how people move where I'm from, man. It's just not. No, bro. It's just not how people. It's just not how we move, man. Not no real nigga. Not no official dude. Your dad was doing the shit that he was doing in the streets up there in the Bay, and he's gonna condone this sucker shit. Shame on you, Bill, and shame on you, Devin. 16 degrees out this motherfucker. Do better, bro. Otherwise, just going ahead and hang them, hang your jersey up and go ahead and ride off into the sunset. Because I don't know how you're gonna recover from this one.